I'm not really the SUV type of person. I prefer loud and fast cars all day long. But from now on, whenever someone asks me for a recommendation for a family SUV, this is going to be my first choice for them. And here's why. What's up everyone, Paul here, welcome to Cartooned and welcome aboard the 2019 Honda CR-V Hybrid. Today we're going to discover its history, take a quick walk around the car, talk about its innovative hybrid system, and finally we're going to take it out on the road to see how it drives. So, the Honda CR-V. It's a compact crossover SUV built by Honda, and since 1995 they sold more than 9 million of these worldwide, making this car the best-selling SUV on the planet. This is the 5th generation of the car, and given the times we're living right now, Honda decided to only sell this car with a 1.5 petrol engine with multiple power outputs, or as a hybrid. There are 4 trim levels available for the car in Sweden. You can buy it as a 4-wheel drive or as a front-wheel drive variant, and there's also a 7-seater option available. The car I'm driving today is the hybrid version in the Elegance trim, which is basically Honda's replacement for the diesel, and it features some quite unique technologies that we're going to talk about later on. So let's begin at the front. The car features LED headlights. It's finished in this quite cool platinum white pearl paint job, and the front grille features active aerodynamics, which means there are a bunch of flaps inside this grille that stay closed to make the car more aerodynamic, and they open up when the engine needs more cooling. And before we move to the side, let's discover this quite unique hybrid powertrain on the new CR-V. The CR-V's hybrid powertrain consists of a 2-liter petrol engine and 2 electric motors. One that's used for propulsion and the other acting like an electric generator motor. The car has 3 power modes, electric, hybrid and engine drive, and I guess you've already figured out what's what by the names. Electric drive is the one where the car uses just the energy from the small 1 kilowatt battery it has to drive the wheels, while hybrid drive is when the engine provides energy to the generator that powers the electric motor that makes the wheels move. And finally we have engine drive that kicks in when you're doing high-speed driving, and it's the mode in which the engine drives the wheels directly through a clutch that provides a direct connection to the wheels via a fixed 1-ratio gearbox. Yes, you heard that right. This car doesn't have a traditional gearbox per se. And that's because the main purpose of the engine in the CR-V hybrid is to generate electricity and not to power the wheels directly. Hence why it only does that if you floor the throttle or drive the car at high speeds. All these modes are managed by the Intelligent Multi-Mode Driving System, IMMD, that seamlessly alternates between the 3 power modes that we talked about earlier. The car comes as standard with 18-inch alloys, which I think fit the car very well, and you also have the hybrid badging on the front fenders over here. The doors on the CR-V are quite cool as well and very practical. The back doors, for example, open at a 90 degrees, making it very easy to get in and out of the car. And I love the fact that they also cover the entire side of the car, which means that the inside will never get dirty, so your clothes are safe. Moving on to the back, unfortunately the tailgate is not electrically operated, so you have to manually open and close it. And once inside, there's more bad news. The hybrid CR-V doesn't have a spare wheel because in its place Honda has fitted the batteries, More so, you can't order the hybrid as a 7-seater because of the same reason. But otherwise the boot is quite big, as you can see, and if you need more luggage space, you can easily fold the back seats from here. But enough of the exterior, let's check the inside of the car. As soon as you jump inside this car, you realize how spacious this interior is and how practical it is as well. You've got plenty of storage spaces, build quality is pretty good, there's plenty of soft touch materials all around the car, and in this elegance stream that we're in right now, you get sat-nav as standard along with Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. You also get adaptive cruise control, lane assist, heated seats, and dual zone climate control. So at this price point, the CR-V hybrid is a pretty attractive option. Because this is not a plug-in hybrid, meaning you can't really plug it into a charger to top up its battery, you can only charge this car while driving. And you do that in two ways. Firstly, by converting the excess energy from the engine up front, and second of all, by recovering the energy produced by slowing the car down. A process that's called regenerative braking. And these two paddles here on the steering wheel control the strength of the regenerative braking system. Pull the left lever and that increases, and you'll feel that as soon as you let go of the throttle, as you'll feel that the car is slowing down faster than usual. And the more aggressive the regenerative braking is, the faster you top up the battery. Now, the battery pack in this car is quite small. It's 1 kilowatt hour, and it takes quite a bit of driving to fully charge it up. Well, once you do that, you can actually drive this car in full electric mode for a few kilometers or so. And that's called EV mode, which is basically the mode in which the car starts up and also the mode in which the car tends to default to whenever it can, provided that the battery is sufficiently charged. But as soon as you become more aggressive with the throttle pedal, the car will immediately switch on the petrol engine as well. But the best thing about this car is its comfort and refinement. And I'm not going to hide behind words here, and I'm just going to say it. It's fabulous. The car switches between modes so seamlessly that you really have to pay attention to the instrument cluster in order to tell in which driving mode you're in. And the only noise you can hear, barely, is the engine when you accelerate this car hard. Even at motorway speeds, there's very little wind noise or tire noise. It's excellent, and one of the reasons why this car is so quiet on the inside is because Honda fitted the new CR-V with active noise cancellation. The system uses the car's microphones to detect any booming noise inside the cabin, and then it pumps out an anti-noise signal through the car's speakers. That's a system that's been on headphones for years now, and after driving this car, I keep wondering, why doesn't every single vehicle on the planet have this system? I mean, obviously, I don't want this system on M cars or AMGs, but you get the point. This car is not that fast, if I'm honest. It takes 8.8 seconds to reach 100 kilometers per hour from standstill, but this is not really the car you want to be sporty in. Because of its very comfortable suspension, that means it leans quite a lot in the bends, and the steering is, as you would expect, pretty numb. But around town, thanks to this whole hybrid setup, throttle response is instant and the car feels quite agile, and you don't really feel the need for extra power. But how fuel efficient this car really is. I mean, we're talking about a hybrid car that's supposed to be a diesel replacement, right? These are the figures I got in my week with the car. As per usual, 70% of the mileage was done around town, to work and back, and the other 30% on B roads and highways. And if you ask me, it's not bad at all. So now that I've praised this car quite a lot, it's time to take a look at some of the things I don't really like about it. And I guess the first thing on the list would be the fact that it's not a plug-in hybrid, because I think if this car would have been a plug-in hybrid, then even the fuel consumption would have been better. Second point is the infotainment system. I think Honda is really far behind its competitors in this department. The graphics look kind of dated, kind of old, and the usability is not that good. And I guess the lack of a power tailgate is also a negative, if you ask me, especially since most of its competitors have that. But really, that's just nitpicking because it's really difficult to fault this car, especially considering how much it costs. So how to sum up the CR-V hybrid then? Well, it's really a complete package actually. It's comfortable, refined, spacious, and practical. And it's pretty well priced too. But my favorite thing about it is that even though underneath it has quite a vast array of complex technologies, you won't be able to tell that once you're behind the wheel because they all work seamlessly together. You just jump in, turn it on, and the car does everything else for you. I'm really impressed with what Honda has done with this hybrid CR-V, and I highly recommend you check it out if you're in the market for a mid-size crossover SUV family thingy. But let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. That's been it for today's video, my friends. I hope you've enjoyed it, and please make sure you give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and subscribe to Tuned Into Cars for lots more videos to come. And until next time, take good care of yourselves, and I'll see you around.